Welcome to Werewolf Week. We watched The Wolfman. Yeah, not the classic 1930s movie, the 2010 version. Well, let's get into it. The Wolfman is from 2010. It lasts about an hour and 43 minutes. It stars Benicio Del Toro as Lawrence Talbot, aka the Wolfman. It stars Anthony Hopkins as Sir John Talbot, his father, and also a Wolfman. Well, we'll get to that, okay, spoiler. It also stars Emily Blunt in one of her early movie roles as Grace.
Wrong.
As Gwen. And it stars Hugo Weaving as Detective Aberline. I don't know. Aberdeen. No, not Aberdeen. What's the tagline for this movie? When the nun is still, the legend comes to life. Okay, not bad. Quite similar to most others. Yeah, well, there's only so much you can do with werewolves, I suppose. So this movie is set in the 1700s. It opens with a man, we find out this is Ben, brother of Lawrence. He is killed in some woods in England. Yeah. And Lawrence is a big time actor. He's American, that he's in England, he's in London performing. He grew up in America after his mother died at the hands of his father. Yeah, well, that's coming later. Yeah, because his father's a werewolf. Yeah. Okay, spoilers early on in this review. Also, when this guy Ben is killed, there's no mystery about who done it, because we see the big wolf CGI thing. Yeah, you do see it straight away.
Folks, there's no great mystery here.
Anyway, Lawrence Talbot is an actor. He's on stage. He comes off stage to be told your brother's missing by his brother's fiancée Gwen. Gwen and Ben were going to be married, but the brother's gone missing. Gwen's worried, so Lawrence says, right, I'll jump on the train and I'll come up to my childhood home where my father lives, who's a werewolf. Yeah, we don't know that yet. So he goes to this little town, Blackmoor. Is that a real place? I don't think it is. But he goes there, it's north of England. Sir Anthony Hopkins lives as Sir John Talbot in this big palace.
Hoarding your wealth while women and children starve around.
They have a little reunion. They haven't seen each other since Lawrence was a child. John says, my son, I always wondered what you would look like. Yeah. He's a famous actor. Everyone knows what he looks like. But not his dad. Yeah, I guess. Well, anyway, Lawrence is told by John that Ben's body was found on the moors and he's dead. Yeah, so Lawrence says, right, I'll stick around till the funeral. And Gwen's like, yeah, kill me too. Yeah. Is this going to be one of those movies where a man dies and his fiancée falls in love with the dead man's brother? Nope. Almost though. Almost. He falls in love with her, but I don't know if she fully falls in love with him. She sure doesn't.
She doesn't love him.
Sorry, ugly. It's Benicio Del Toro, he's hardly ugly. The night after the funeral, Lawrence is told by his father, stay in tonight, it's a full moon. It seems to be a full moon when people are attacked, so I don't want you going out. Just stay in the house. Yeah. So Lawrence instantly goes out to see what he calls the gypsies. Yeah. Goes to see the local travelling community, as we'll call them, because he found out Ben was a sort of go-between the town and the travelling community. And when Lawrence gets there, he meets the old, tarot reader, gypsy woman, and then an angry mob appear. An angry mob appear because they think the killings are being carried out by a bear. Yeah. The travellers have a pet bear that they make dance. Yeah. It should be taken off them, but not to be killed. No. I mean, it looks like a little cartoon Paddington. Yeah. While everyone's there, people start to die. Strangely. It's like it's obviously it's a werewolf, right? But it's like it's invisible. Yeah, for this first few moments, as if it's invisible. Anyway, the mob are hopeless. They just stand and watch. Lawrence grabs a rifle, goes after the werewolf, because it's going after a little kid, runs up to this stone monument somewhere, like a tiny Stonehenge, and He's identity killed by the werewolf. And then he is attacked by the werewolf, but then the mob eventually appear and chase it off. Yeah, they shoot it in the arse.
Son of a bitch! You shot me in the head!
And Lawrence is taken to the fortune teller's tent. She patches him up. She says he's doomed. The only way he can be saved is by someone who truly loves him. Yeah.
So, no one.
So Lawrence heals up for a third of the day. Look right. Gwen says she'll stick around and help him heal. So he heals up, and when he's feeling better, his father shows him a room in the basement of his mansion. Yeah, and it's got this chair with like leather straps and chains to hold him in there. Because he's a werewolf. Yeah, this is when we find out. He straps himself in there every night that there's a full moon so that he can't go out and kill. Yeah, that it turns out he did not strap himself in the last time because he knew that Den was going to go and live in America with Gwen, and he didn't want him to leave, so he murdered his own son. That'll stop him from leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, you showed him.
And then he started loving it again, and he started going out killing.
It's so addicting.
Everyone needs a hobby. So after he tells Lawrence this, he locks himself in, locks Lawrence out, and says, "Good luck, Lawrence." Yeah, and then Lawrence transforms into a werewolf himself. Yeah, and he goes out on the hunt, and he goes out in the prowl. Yeah, wearing the finest gentleman's clothes. But the angry mob from town, the ones that are left alive, they, not the cop, he gets it bad that the gypsy can't. Yeah, he does. But the ones who are left alive, they are setting a trap for the werewolf. So they dig a big ditch in the middle of the woods. The werewolf, Lawrence, instantly falls into it. Silly Wolfman. But then, so does one of the mob. He just trips and falls into the hole as well. Idiot. He's killed instantly. And then the Wolfman just starts dragging people down into the hole, killing them. And then he jumps up and runs off. For some reason. Just killed them all. Well, he kills most of them, to be honest. Detective Aberline, Hugo Weaving, has arrived by this point. He stands at a distance, listening, and does nothing. Cheers, detective, thanks. We cut to the next morning. Lawrence is sleeping under a tree. His father is waking him up, and an angry nod are here to take him away. Yeah. Led by Detective Aberline, they take him away to a local asylum, where the doctor says, "I'll cure him of these delusions." What delusions? Teetle here has seen him tear Teetle apart and bite their faces off. Yeah. Well, the doctor thinks it's all delusions. He gives him some cold water therapy. It looks relaxing. Well, and he keeps injecting him with something. No idea what. No.
AIDS. Yeah.
His father comes to visit him in the asylum and says, "Yeah, by the way, I did kill your brother Ben. I also killed your mother back in the day." And Lawrence says, "I'm going to kill you." And John says, "Well, it's coming up to a full moon again soon, so you'll get your chance. See you then." And heads off playing harmonica. Yeah. Yeah, like Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. Lawrence is paraded in a lecture room. He is tied to a chair, and the doctor's holding a lecture in front of all these other esteemed medical men, and only men because it's the 1700s. Yeah. And he says,
"We are here tonight to illustrate conclusively that Mr. Talbot's fears are quite irrational. So, we will remain in this room together."
And then Lawrence says,
"You moron. Tonight I will kill all of you."
And then a full moon appears. He turns into a werewolf. The doctor takes ages to realise. And then when he does realise, he runs to the door. He chats the door to the janitor saying, "Hey, let me out. And the little janitor guy's like, "Oh, the door appears to be locked, sir." "Unlock it, you idiot."
Orphan, open this door!
It seems to be locked, sir.
Well, a couple of people are killed, not many, but the doctor and his number one man, yeah, who took great pleasure in torturing Lawrence, yeah, he gets his. And the doctor had said earlier, there's as much chance of you turning into a werewolf.
Not become a werewolf. Any more than I will sprout wings and fly out of that window.
Lawrence takes a nut and throws him out the window. He lands on some railings, like tall Kirsty's daughter. Yeah, he's dead. And Lawrence escapes. And then the cops are just like, oh, God help us all. Well, see you later. Yeah, they do let him just run off. Lawrence, the next day, heads to London. Yeah, and he finds Gwen there because she works in a shop or something. I think she owns some sort of boutique. So he goes there, speaks to her, tells her everything that's happened. She's like, oh yeah. Just like in all these movies, she's like, oh yeah, I instantly believe you. Yeah. So she says she'll help him. The detective and some other cops arrive in London, and they don't find him, so they head back to Blackmoor.
A wasted journey.
And they say, we'll be here when he comes back. He'll definitely be back. And he will definitely be back to fight his dad. Yeah. Lawrence returns to his father's mansion. His father's sitting there just chilling, playing piano, like Bruce Springsteen. I'm waiting for him to get a guitar next. Yeah, well, he is just chilling at the piano. And then they have a big fight. Yeah, it's quite violent, but it's still quite cartoony. I know what you mean. It doesn't look as hard-hitting or as violent as it could be. But anyway, it's a big fight. Lawrence is losing, his father's too strong, and then eventually he gets the upper hand, of course, and he just chucks his father into a fire, just slices his head off. Yeah, one swipe just knocks his head clean off, and that's the end of him. Gwen and the detective arrive. The detective starts to fight the Wolfman. Gwen runs off. I don't know how she came in the first place. None of that. The Wolfman gets the upper hand, but he leaves the detective lying alive. Yeah, and he runs after Gwen, and he's like, hey Gwen, come back. I love you. Yeah, he said he loves her. She's not so into it, I don't think. Although she does kiss him. Her fiancé, his brother, is dearly in the ground. Right, well that's just how these stories go. Anyway, she finds him. She finds him by like the Reichenbach Falls. It is similar to that Sherlock Holmes, but and she's like, hey, big guy, sun's getting real low. Yeah, well, she calms him down. She speaks to him and she tries to make him see he's still Lawrence inside. He's not this crazy Wolfman. That she's also got a gun with a silver bullet in it. So as soon as he turns round, because he's distracted by the sound of Adderline and all that arising, she shoots him dead. Yeah, she does. Unceremoniously just shoots him dead. He slowly transforms back into a human as he dies, as they always do, and he says, thank you, and then dies. Yeah. The cops close in and take her to safety. Detective Aberline stands at the back and looks up at the moon, and he's got cuts and scratches all over him. He's gonna be a Wolfman. Looks like it. And that's the end. That is actually the end. And that's the Wolfman from 2010. Now, we still haven't actually watched the 1930s version, but we've got it. We've had it for a long time. We should watch it. We should.
One day. Soon, maybe.
But what do you think of this one? Not good. Not think so? No, it's too much CGI. Not enough, it could have been a lot scarier. They could have made this a scary movie, actually. But I thought it was alright. I don't think it was... The blood and gore shocked me. Yeah. And especially the first few kills in the movie, they are pretty full on. Yeah. That does not a good movie make. I guess not. Well, I thought it was alright. But let us know what you think. What do you think of... Wait! What is it? Trivia? Oh, sorry. Any trivia? Yes. So, see that there? Or the bear at the camp? Yeah. That was the same little CGI model they used for the Golden Compass, for the colour there. That they just recoloured it. Alright, okay. I didn't know you could reuse CGI designs. Well, they did. Alright, okay. Anything else? Yeah. When the Wolfman jumps onto the cop's head, that's not CGI. That is real stunt. The guy's dead. Is he? No. Still, it's real stunt, no CGI. Right, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll give it that. Yeah, guess what? What? Benicio Del Toro, Anthony Hopkins, Hugo Weaving are all in the MCU. Ah, good point. Well, let us know what you think of The Wolfman from 2010. Hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video. Ow!